Hi all, welcome to our channel. In this video, we will discuss about conditional branching and loops. Now, let us start with the conditional branching. There are four different ways in conditional branching: if else, if else if, nested if, and there is even an alternative to the above, which is a switch case statement. Now, let us look at if statement. I want you to see the syntax of if statement. If in brackets expression or condition, then curly braces, inside the curly braces the code to be executed, then close the curly braces. So the process is that if the condition is satisfied, then the program control goes into the if block and executes this set of statements, and then it exits the if block. Okay, this is when the condition is satisfied. Suppose the condition is false, then the program control directly goes to the end of the if block. It does not execute these statements. Let us look at an example. Initially, 20 is assigned to x, 22 is assigned to y. And then if statement, if condition. Since here 20 is less than 22, this condition is satisfied. Hence, the program control enters into the block, executes this statement, and then exits the block. I'm gonna show you the execution of that example. First, build and run the program. Now see the output. Variable x is less than y. So the statement inside the if block is executed. Now let us discuss about the if else statement. See the syntax of the if else statement. If the condition is satisfied, then the control moves into the if block, executes this code or the set of statements, and then it exits the if else block. Suppose if the condition is false, then the control moves to the else block, executes this code or the set of statements, and then it exits the else block. Now let us look at an example for if else statement. If a number is divided by 2 and it gives a remainder as 0, then it is an even number. So if this condition is satisfied, then the control moves to the if block and it is an even integer. So this statement is executed. If this condition is false, then the else block statement is executed. So if I give a input to a computer as 64, it gives an out statement as 64 is an even integer. Now let us move on to if else if statement. So basically, if else if statement is used to execute one code from multiple conditions. It is also called as a multi-decision statement. Look at the flowchart of the if else if ladder. Let us look at the syntax. So if the condition 1 is satisfied, then the control goes into the if block and this code is executed. Later, the control goes to the end of the if else ladder block. Suppose if the condition 1 is false, then it checks condition 2 in else if block. If the condition 2 is satisfied, then it goes into this else if block, executes this statement, and after executing this statement, it goes to the end of the else if block. Suppose if the condition 2 is also false, then it checks condition 3. If this is satisfied, it goes into this else if block, executes this code, and after execution, it exits the else if block. It keeps on checking all the conditions until the one condition is true. If none of the conditions are true, then the else block statement is executed. Let us look at an example for if ladder. So this is a program to check which number is greater among the two numbers. First, we will accept two numbers from the user. Then, if the first number is greater than the second number, then the first number is executed. If suppose the second number is greater than the first number, it enters into the else if block and this statement is executed. If suppose if none of the conditions are satisfied, then it enters into the else block and the statement is executed. Both are equal. So let us run the program. So I give first number as 6 and next number as 1. So A is greater than B. So A is greater than B. Now let us look at the nested if else statement. When a series of the decisions are involved in a statement, we use if else statement in nested form. It is also known as a multi-way selection statement. Now let us look at the syntax of nested if else statement. Initially, this condition is checked. If it is satisfied, then it enters into the if block. Then condition 2 is checked. If it is satisfied, then it enters into the nested if block and then it executes this set of statements. Suppose if condition 2 is false, then it enters into the nested else block and executes this set of statements. Suppose initially the condition is false, then it directly goes to the else block and executes this set of statements. Just see the flowchart of the nested if else statement. Now let us look at an example. This is a program to check which is the largest number among the three given numbers. Let A, B, C be the three numbers. If initially A is greater than B, then it goes into this if block. If A is greater than C, then it goes into this nested if block and this statement is executed. That is, A is the largest number. If A is not greater than C, then it goes into the nested else block and C is the largest number. This statement is executed. If initially A is less than B, then it goes into this else block. Then it again checks whether B is greater than C. If B is greater than C, then it goes into this nested if block and executes that B is the largest number. If suppose B is less than C, then it goes to this nested else block and executes that C is the largest number. Now let us discuss the switch statement. It is used when multiple cases to be performed for different conditions. It is a substitute for a long if else if ladder. Okay, just look at the flowchart of the switch statement. Let us look at the syntax for the switch case statement. The expression is written within the brackets beside the switch. Then each case is tested against this expression. If a particular case satisfies, then the statements in that case is executed and due to the break statement, it comes out of the switch case statement block. Now let us look at an example for switch case statement. If the user gives an input as 1, then the case 1 statements are executed. If the user gives an input as 2, then the case 2 statement is executed and so on. So let me run the program. Enter the number for the day. If I enter 2, then it is Tuesday. Suppose if I remove this break statement, Then let me enter 1 and see. It is showing the output as it is Monday, it is Tuesday. So just understand the need for that break statement.